Hello, my wonderful, high value, worthy woman community. Today I'm starting my Witchy Wednesday Wisdom with Mina Irfan. Welcome to the group. I know that we've had a lot of new people come in. I'll wait for people to hop on and I'll do a quick introduction and then we will dive right into the content for today. If you're watching this live, let me know. Or if you're in the replay, I'd like to hear from you as well. My intention is to come every Wednesday and do these for you. Hi, awesome. We've got people coming in. And it looks like I can receive comments. I know sometimes we've had issues with that. So that is fantastic. All right, great. So I had two really wonderful things in my mind that I wanted to discuss with you, and I couldn't decide which one I was going to do today. So I'm going to do both of them. And they're two different concepts, not necessarily connected with one another, but I think they're yummy and delicious and they're worth passing on to you. So my name is Mina Irfan. I am the official owner, group leader for this wonderful group community. And for those of you guys that are new, you have been seeing a ton of beautiful content from my teacher trainees. I have a group of women that I am lucky enough to mentor in my life, and they are getting ready to well, some of them already have juicy, delicious, rich content and programs, intensives and courses. Some of them are just getting started, and they're here to connect with you, to get to know you guys, to offer help, assistance, answer any questions, and get on connection calls, and of course invite you into their work. So I know that that's been really delicious. On Tuesdays we have Leela that goes with her weekly sessions. On Wednesdays, hopefully I will be going consistently. On Thursdays, we've got Gianni Sanders that delivers her delicious content. And on Saturdays, of course, we have the amazing Nikki Noah. So I've got some more teacher trainees actually in the works that will be live streaming as well. So it's really exciting to have this really different flavors of healers, light workers, coaches, mentors working here. So I hope you have been really enjoying that content. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing I wanted to pass on to you today is that if you haven't already, download my free Conscious Stages of Goddess Evolution Guide, because I will be actually referencing it in this video. Many of you guys really enjoy this, and it really helps you put where you are in your life, in your journey in perspective. So on YouTube and here, I always try and deliver more information on this. So here is the guide. Hopefully you have it and you can see it. But on the lowest level of consciousness is the basic babe. And then we have the self-aware Barbie. Then we have the $1 million babe. And then we have high-end divinity. And let me know in the comments right now if you are familiar with this. And I'm not really going to go into explaining all of them. I've done that in various videos before, especially on YouTube. And of course, you can read it in the guide. But what I will tell you is I'm going to give you a little bit of a different perspective in this video. So we're going to go through the chakra system, or the energetic centers in our body, the main energetic centers, and talk to you about how they relate to this grid, or this level of stages of goddess consciousness. So the first thing I want to say is that when you are in basic babe stage, all of your body's energy is stuck in survival mode. So that means it's stuck in your root chakra and your sacral chakra. And because all of your energy is stuck there, most of your energy, you don't have a lot of life force energy for healing, for higher elevated thoughts, for being completely in your heart center, for being intuitive, for being able to see beyond the illusion of what your current reality is. And this is something that I see a lot with the basic babe, and no matter what you might be able to tell her, she may get it in like a intellectual level, but 2 seconds later it's like she's back to square one, because of the stuckness of the energy down in the lower energetic centers, she's just not able to rise to the higher consciousness levels. So for those of you guys that are not familiar with the energetic centers, there's 7 energetic centers. Well, there's more than that, but there's 7 main ones that really drive your consciousness and your life force energy, and your healing and your love, and basically your manifestation, like everything that has to do with being able to raise your awareness and consciousness. So the lower 3 chakras, chakra or energetic centers 1, 2, and 3 are our human self. They're the ones that make us grounded in the human dimension. And the higher 4 chakras, the heart center, the throat center, the pineal gland or the third eye, and our crown chakra are the higher consciousness levels. So energy rises upwards, and so when your energy is stuck in the lower chakras, you're in basic babe more. So just a quick recap: when you're in basic babe, you're stuck in the root chakra and the sacral chakra. All of your energy is dense there. So when I get a client like that, I no longer work with clients in basic babe mode. I have teacher trainees that do so, and I also have a lot of entry-level programs that they can take. But the job of a good trainer, healer, teacher, coach, mentor in this mode is to get this person to the self-aware Barbie. Now, what a lot of people want to do when they're in basic babe is they want to jump to $1 million babe. They want to start manifesting. They want to live the life of their dreams. But if you skip this step, if you don't, in fact, go through self-aware Barbie, you're missing the 3rd energetic center, which is your solar plexus, which is responsible for your willpower, which is responsible for your being able to stand on your own 2 feet, being able to make decisions, being able to be resilient in life. Basically, you miss having your power. So as you can see, the best example I can give of this is like, that's why over 90% of lottery winners, when they win millions of dollars, what's happened is that they've probably went from here, this stage, to this stage, $1 million babe. In fact, they did not have the skills to sustain themselves, and within 5 years, they end up worse off than they were when they did not win the money. So if I was to take a basic babe and try to teach her how to manifest something, she's not going to be able to. First of all, she's going to fall flat because she did not go through that stage of the self-aware Barbie, of knowing what her own triggers are, of being able to stand in her own power, right? This may look like a woman that's in basic babe, and she decides that if I just found a really wealthy man, and if I just married this wealthy man, then I would be completely set and fine. And so she skipped a step to $1 million babe. She may have millions of dollars, but she would be very insecure in that relationship. She may end up manifesting a man that's using her as a trophy wife, and he's dating other women, or she's insecure that this money may run out, or this man might leave her, and so she's living in this like really weird sense of fear and not being secure, even though on the outside everything looks pretty, because she skipped this stage. So you cannot, as a modern day woman, skip this stage. You have to, from the basic babe, go into self-aware Barbie, and that stage is directly connected to your solar plexus. So let's keep moving upwards. As I said, energy travels upwards. If you have questions, leave them in the comments. I'm just being mindful because last couple of times we had people posting and I could not see them. So I'm gonna go and just really quickly make sure that that's not happening today. So everyone's still with me on how basic babe is connected to the root chakra, the sacral chakra. Self-aware Barbie is the solar plexus. So the $1 million babe then is connected to the heart chakra and the throat chakra. And when she's in this mode, her heart center is open. That means that she is not only receiving love, she is love. She is just a beacon of love. She knows that she can manifest through this energy of love, and she also is connected to her throat chakra, which means that what she speaks is law. What she says is law. She commands energy with her voice, with her words. And you have to be able to go through the stage to be able to manifest what you're wanting to desire. Because if these things are disconnected, then what you're wanting to manifest is coming from your head, and it's not connected to your body. It's not connected to, one thing we've been learning in the Feminine Abundance program is that you need both the electrical charge, which is from here, and the magnetic charge, which is the neck down, together creating the electrical magnetic charge that actually sends out a frequency out into the world. So if you're not sending out full frequency, you're sending out half of a frequency, guess what you're going to manifest? More confusion in your life, because you're not sending out a coherent signal, right? So $1 Million Babe is connected to the heart center and the throat center. Now we're going into high-end divinity. High-end divinity, this goddess is connected to her pineal gland, also known as the third eye, and the crown chakra. That means she's activated the dimensions of life where communication has now become a two-way street. So not only is she able to send out the right frequency and the right communication with her being, she also is receiving information from other dimensions. And this means is that she is connected to her spirit guides. She's connected to angels. She communicates with the divine. And so she understands and hears and sees and feels things that are outside of just this 3D human experience. So I wanted to really make this, really expand on this. If you haven't gotten your copy of this free guide, I have posted the email on top of this video, or in the bottom if you're watching this on YouTube. So it's called the Conscious Stages of Goddess Evolution. If you do not get it when you sign up, check your junk email or what your other email. Sometimes it ends up there. So any questions coming up for you as we move into the next part of this session that I wanted to talk to you guys about? Let me know that you guys are engaged. Give me some hearts, some likes, something, because I can't sometimes tell if you're sending me messages because they get blocked and come in later, and then it's really annoying. So there's a second part of this video that I wanted to talk to you about that has nothing to do with this, but I also wanted to pass that on to you. Okay, so let's keep going. So the next thing I wanted to talk to you about is what I'd like to call the graceful goddess, or you can call it being a decent human being. And I recently had this conversation with a couple of my clients, and it came up in various different contexts, and I decided that I would really like to do a topic, a video on this. And what I mean by this is that whether you're in basic babe or self-aware Barbie or whatever, stage, I want you to develop the kind of consciousness, the kind of emotional set point that you have a level of decency that no one else can take away from you, that no one else can influence. So let me give you an example. A lot of people, especially when women are in the basic babe mode, or even men, they have this tendency of being nice to certain people, and then depending on their mood, and then if they get triggered, they go from here. Let's say this is the level of basic human decency. They go here. And then they have like these moments of tantrums, or they lash out on people, or they say certain things that they later regret. They have a full-on anger kind of outburst, right? They have these situations that seem to be completely out of their control. Now, if you decided that you were a decent human being to everyone, meaning that you decided that regardless of who was in front of you, whether it was a homeless person, someone in prison, your child's teacher, that random person walking down the street, your coworker, your mother-in-law, whoever it was in front of you, even someone that you hate or that triggers you, whatever, that this was the set point that you would maintain for them. And that no one, not even a serial rapist that was in jail, somehow you saw this person, no one would be able to take you down here, because that was your bare level that you had decided was your basic human decency. Now, some people would be in your inner circle and would be more intimate with you, and they would get this, this, and this from you, but this is the bare minimum that you would give every human being. So that means that if you have a coworker at work that you do not get along with, they still get this. They do not hold the power to take you down a notch. Okay, so let's say that you don't get along with your sister-in-law or your mother-in-law. They still get this. They may not get this, but they still get this. They do not have the power to get you down here. So if there's let me give you an example of what that means for me. Regardless of who it is, a homeless person, someone that I don't like, someone that gives me the heebie-jeebies, a random person on the street, the plants, animals, this is what they get from me. And what this looks like for me is that I will make eye contact with every human being and say, hi, how are you? If I'm walking down the street and I see a homeless person, I will make eye contact with him and I will say, hi, how are you? If I'm walking down the street and someone's coming toward me, same thing, I will make eye contact. If I don't have time to say, hi, how are you? I will smile. Now, I've had clients that say, well, what if they don't smile back? Doesn't matter. I'm not saying I'm going to smile at them to get a smile back. Remember, I'm a graceful goddess and this is my emotional set point, which means that everyone is going to get the same level from me. Now, some people, again, may get this level. There's higher levels, like my husband, it gets this level of intimacy, right? Other people are not getting it. My children get this level of intimacy. My clients may be somewhere here, but no one can take me down here. So another question I get asked by people is, what if someone's inappropriate or really rude and says something really mean to me? Can I still go here? I don't. If someone's really inappropriate to me, triggers me, or says anything, I'm actually going to up-level them here because they have triggered me, which means that I still had more healing to do. And I've mentioned this in other places that I'm at a place where it's really hard to trigger me now because I've done so many years of inner work. So I actually welcome those situations because I'm like, ooh, I got triggered. There's some more thing that needs to be healed and released. So how I raise them here is that I appreciate them. They might not know it. I might just say, well, it was nice seeing you today and walk away. But inside, I'm like, oh my God, thank God I crossed paths with this person today and they triggered me because it shows me that I still have more healing to do. So as you can see, no one can take me down here because this is the level of human decency that I have. So if someone is at work and let's say that there is a coworker that's trying to undermine me, she's trying to make me look bad at work, I know that no one can make me look anyway without my permission. Because I am a beacon of light, I do my inner work, I meditate, I do the best that I can every single day. I show up present in every moment, offering my heart to the fullest. And so I know that whatever anyone else is feeling about me is not my business, it's their business, because it's a projection. So because I know that no one else can do anything to me, they cannot take me down here. So if I'm working with a coworker like that, if she walks in the room, I'm still going to look at her and say, hi, how are you? That's a lovely dress, nice catching up with you. And I will walk away and keep doing my work. If I go to a party and there's people there that are spreading rumors about me, sending text messages about me, whatever, right? Whatever is going on, they still get this. They can't take me down here. They still get, hi, how are you? It's so lovely to see you. It's been a while, huh? That's it. They get this. And I may walk away and chat and mingle with some other people. Maybe I have friends at this party that I'm here with. They get a little bit more from me or even here with. But no one can take me down from here because I am a full goddess in control. Remember, when your throat chakra is activated, it means what you speak is law. You command energy with your words. So I'm not going to let someone take me down a notch. No one has that power. I haven't given that away. I have my power. I live in my divinity. That's my power. No one can take that away, right? So I don't play petty games where I'm gonna be in a situation where I'm being lovey-dovey with this person and giving this person the cold shoulder. No, ew, gross. That makes me so lower consciousness that I can't even go there. No way. No one can take that power from me. No one. I live in my power. So is this making sense for you guys? I individually explained this to a couple clients and I said, you know, this deserves to be said. So we're getting some comments and questions. Let me take those now. So go ahead and put your questions, comments, ahas in the chat box. Just a quick question about how much time do you spend meditating a day? Are there parts of the day where meditation is more powerful? So there are parts of the days where meditation is more powerful because of where your brain waves are naturally. However, I do not want you to get stuck on that. People who get stuck on those kind of things often make excuses and don't meditate. But the quick answer of that is that the 30 minutes after awakening and right before bedtime, when you're kind of in that lucid state, is the best time. However, as you advance in meditations, you'll also learn that you can lower your brain waves like intentionally anytime. So when you're a little bit more advanced, there is no correct time. The time that you decide is the correct time, because time doesn't, it's irrelevant. You can change your brain waves anytime you want. So that's the answer for that. How much time do I spend meditating? That's hard to answer. I probably can spend hours and hours in a meditative state, even though I'm not, you won't see me sitting and like meditating, because I'm just at that level now. I recommend that you do at least 15 minutes a day. So meditation looks very different for me now, right? I spend 40 minutes a day in the morning doing it, consciously, intentionally sitting down. And then throughout the day, I keep putting myself back in that meditative state by working with my breath and just different commands and things like that. That is more advanced level work though, so just start with 15 minutes. Hi, Nikki. Also, you were right about affirmations. I do feel like a complete psycho saying them all day. Glad to hear that. I love that you're doing them. So good. That is amazing. Hey, reprogramming your subconscious is no joke, right? You gotta give it your all. Okay, so anything else coming up for you guys? Let me hope I didn't miss anything. Okay. See, I'm seeing 5 comments here, but only, I hate it that it does that. Oh, one more thing I wanted to tell you guys is that my event, Fire, Flow, and Goddess Consciousness, is happening in Houston. And I still have many spots for the actual event, but I only have 4 spots left for that private pajama party that's happening on Friday, because the suite that I got has a certain level of space. So it's so amazing. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you want to make sure that you're going to be in the pajama party portion of it, which is an optional portion, make sure that you grab that quick. Someone said, can you please give an example of meditated state while you're doing cooking or chores around the house? So yes, so when I'm doing anything, walking, talking to someone, doing chores, driving, I can lower my brain waves into a meditative state. And that is more of an advanced level practice. First, you have to learn how to sit and actually meditate, and then you can move on to that. That is something that I teach in the Sacred Feminine Intensive, and it's also something that I'm going to be going deeper in the $1 Million Babe program that will be launching early next year, replacing the High Value Babes Club, which ends in December. So you have to first have some time practicing just regular meditation and learning how to lower your brain waves into meditation, because if you can't do that while you're seated, you're not going to be able to do it. So let me give you an example of why this is important. it's the same thing. Like if you were someone that worked out for 30 minutes every day but became a vegetable for the rest of the day, and you just were seated, then I'm sorry, that's, yeah, you're getting a little bit of exercise, but if you're spending the rest of your day being seated and completely like not moving, you're not going to get the health benefits, right? So it's same thing with meditation. If you're someone that meditates for 15 minutes in the morning and then you're like going into road rage and losing it with your children and having a tantrum with your partner, your meditation is not working, right? So meditation is not done to get good at meditating. Meditation is done to get good at life. So if your meditation doesn't flow into your life, that means you're missing something. You're pretending to meditate, but it's not affecting anything inside. Nothing's shifting inside your body. Your consciousness is not shifting. Your brain waves are not shifting. You're not having healing. And so I think that's a mistake. It's like you're checking off a box. You're checking off like, yeah, meditated, worked out, and then you go and just live your unconscious life. Thank you. Thank you so much, Miralee. I appreciate it. Hi, Alia. Nikki said, what is the best technique for retraining the mind in the moment other than presentation? So there is a technique that I'm teaching. I think, where is that coming up next? I know that you're in a lot of my work. We're going to be doing it in the Hypnotic Sex on Friday for sure. Remind me to do it in the teacher training in Quantum Queen on Saturday. And it's this technique where you're in the body and also present everywhere else around the body at the same time. It takes a little bit of practice, and first I had to just practice. It took me like a year to just practice being present, just like level 1, right? Like the power of now kind of present. Took me about a year and a half. And then when I moved up to that awareness of being in the body and being outside of the body at the same time, that's the next level practice. And strangely enough, a lot of my dormant psychic abilities have started coming alive when I started practicing that. In the beginning, I was scared because I would show up on client calls and be able to feel the pain that my clients were feeling, being able to feel exactly where energy was moving, being able to nail down exactly what was happening in their relationships. And they were even like, oh my God, how did you know that? And I was freaked out because I'm like, I don't know. So now all of a sudden, I've been only doing this other level of presence for about 6 months, and I'm getting flashbacks from my childhood, things where I'm realizing that I used to talk to spirit guides, and my mom was freaked out, and I toned that part out of me. I had a dream last night of something regarding my grandmother that I had totally blocked out, and oh my God, I can't even explain to you what different channels and areas and dimensions are opening up for me, things that I never thought that I would even get into because they were like so woo-woo and so weird for me. I'm stepping into just naturally, and it's just a surreal experience. And oh my God, I've now discovered this 8th chakra that's above the crown chakra, and I can sit in meditation and it's like I feel the two-way communication actively happening. It's like when I raise my own consciousness, it goes through there and it showers back down to me and envelopes completely my entire body, and I receive information, and it's a whole different experience. So that's something that I know that I will be teaching more in the near future as I become more. Right now it's kind of like, this is the weirdest example, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but you know how when Spider-Man discovers his superpowers for the first time and he's kind of like shooting them everywhere, and it's like, oh my God, what's happening? That's kind of where I am right now, where I'm seeing things and feeling things and being able to predict things for my clients, where it's just like for both of us, it's like, I don't know how I did that. They're just shocked and kind of like, oh my God, can't believe you said that. That's exactly what's going on. So I'm kind of like Spider-Man, kind of like everywhere. And so I'm trying to hone in my gift and be able to use it intentionally. But I know that it's coming soon. It's coming soon. So I hope that answers your question, and I hope you enjoyed this. I will see you guys tomorrow in the Babes Club and Friday in the Hypnotic Sex. Vanessa said, hey Mina, what do you do when old things come up from your childhood? How do you deal with it? Forgive and let go. So the things that are coming up for me are good things that I had shut out, but previously when I was doing in my inner work, the bad things were coming up, and there's a process that I work people through. I would highly invite you into the Sacred Feminine program, because there's a process of how to use that information to learn more about your present self and the way that you function, and then let it go and offer that forgiveness so that it can be turned into wisdom and not something that's being used against you. All right. Okay, all right, ladies, I will let you guys go. Nikki, I'm going to call you in a second on audio, and I'm going to take you along shores with me as we chat. Love you guys so much. Bye. See you guys next Wednesday.